Now let's go over some interiors of some of these buildings that were left intact and untouched and unharmed by the X Factor event. First thing we notice is the incredible detail, creativity, and glory that they build into everything. The wood here, the shapes, just everything is built by a completely different mindset being than of today. That's more profit geared. We can't build that unless there's money in it. And again, look at the glory. Notice up here the ceilings, the arches, the domes, the arches, the columns. Notice the heat damage on this right here on this railing. We'll get to that. Again, clearly built and inherited from the old world. We didn't build this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we did not build this. Look at the size of the doorways. They're up here. Look at the size of these windows. Look at the size of this building. It's a machine. It's jacked. And it's also heat damaged and melted and scorched at the bottom. But all these people here are in wonder because we didn't build this. We inherited this. We didn't build this. And then here we go. We didn't build this. This was here from the old world, highly advanced civilization. But as you can see, it's surrounded in sand, which was once hot, liquid, melted building like lava before it densified into fine grains of thoroughly cooked sand, which was building. And again, what do we see here? That height, and then boom. Look at these doors. Built by a completely different mindset and bigger being. And again, these towers are jacked. Look at the domes. Look at the structure. It's incredible. Look at the columns. Look at the arches. Just magnificent. Glorious. Again, the Tartarians were outlandish, stylish. Everything they touched had to be completely decked out. Highly advanced civilization that preceded us that was wiped out by some X Factor event. Notice the incredible way they built. All the buildings are the same all over the world, made by red brick, and then you get these where it's upgraded and updated with the concrete molds over the brick to give it that new look. It's got the towers, it's got the domes, it's got the arches, it's got the columns, it's got the arched columns, it's just old world, and it's inherited. And we didn't build this. Again, look at the size of these people. Look at the doors and the windows. Look how small these people are. They're down there. Again, you'll start to notice these buildings are the same all over the world. And then when you'll also start to notice that looking from above was like looking down on like a Disney World. Besides the fact that it looked like a motherboard of a computer, it also looked like eye candy, if you will. It had designs. This is like a star fort here. It had, buildings that, in my view, the same way that Disney World shapes a bush to look like an animal, I think they were doing that with buildings. So when you look down from above, they looked like different things. It was like looking down on a huge train set, in my view, / Disney World / motherboard / eye candy, to look good from above. It's meant to look good from above, in my view, as well. And I just absolutely love this. Again, look how absolutely decked out this is. This is from the old world, inherited. We didn't build this. And again, what do you see here? Just the coolest thing ever. Again, it's like a bookshelf. They extended the building here like a bookshelf just to show off here. It's magnificent. It's glorious. It's impeccable. And again, heritage from the old world. Look at the little tiles, how they like to do. And everything's decked out completely eye candy. Everything, everywhere, all the time. Everything was eye candy. And imagine a world where everything looked like eye candy. The frequencies of appreciation that you put out just from being able to see the incredible glory of what they built harmoniously together as a whole, as an empire, as an order, an old world order. Glorious. Again, everything was glorious. Look at the floor, the ceilings, the doors, everything built for a bigger being there. Look at the detail here. A different mindset. They're not making a profit on this. They're getting the glory out of being very creative. And just the detail of decking out everything they touched was glorious. It wasn't about profit. It was a different mindset. It was more about harmony and glorifying themselves and co-creating in harmony, in my view. And again, look, buildings looked like they also were machines. Towers to the domes. And again, by the way, rainbows are a proof of the dome. You can't recreate a rainbow without a reflective dome and light. Did you know that? Yes. Do the experiments yourself. You'll see that there's no curve. You can never build buildings like this on a ball or on a curve moving. It has to be flat like this and level. You can't build buildings on balls that are spinning. It's impossible. And again, from the old world, look at the arches, look at the red brick, look at the towers. And again, you're going to see these buildings with organs all over the world. And again, why did they call them organs? Perhaps they put out healing frequencies that healed your organs? And again, nobody builds like this these days. Clearly, look at the detail. Look at this. This is all inherited from the old world. Pockets of survival that made it through the X Factor event. But you still see scorch marks and, and damage. You see a lot of damage. You still see the damage. Up there too. Look at that. But what do you see? Arches. Super high ceilings. Super awesome columns with incredible styled and creative concrete molds. Just glorious. Look at the stained glass, the color. They can't even do that today, can they? I don't know. But look at everything. It's just completely from another world, because it was another world. It was the old world. Again, this old world was established in here for, in my view, 5,000-10,000 years at least. And then something wiped them out. Less than 1,000 years ago, as soon as maybe 600 years ago, 500. I don't know. Very recently, something wiped them out. A highly advanced civilization that has been here for thousands of years was here. Something wiped them out recently, and here we are. The parasites already have us under house arrest, wearing masks, for a virus that does not exist. Again, if it existed by now, everybody would be dead. They would all be dead. We'd all be dead. And look at the size of the people here. And then look at the size of the doors. Different size doors. This is even bigger up here. And then these bigger ones here on the sides. Still big, but not this big. Wow. You don't want to get in this guy's way. But look at how jacked this is. It's like a machine. And look at the creative stained glass. Look at the damage here. The black scorched marks and melting everywhere. Look, it's all heat damaged. People think that they built and carved out of granite and marble and all that. No, that's just heat damaged concrete from the X Factor event. It created all kinds of different things from the heat and pressure of this event. Buildings were turned into all different kinds of things, and we'll get to that. And again, look at this incredible looking building, all upgraded with the concrete molds over the red brick. And glorious interior. Just almost every inch of everything is decked out with something and creative. And look at the arches here, the columns. Jacked. The buildings are jacked like machines. Some of them. And then look at the arches here. It's got the upgraded molds over it. Towers, domes, columns. And look how short they are. We are here. And look how high these ceilings are. And then there's a ceiling for a door for and a ceiling in a room for that size of being. And then there's a door and a ceiling in a room for that size. And of course the one in this room is huge. A huge being could easily access this room and shelter from the weather, from the elements, if you will, which is what I was looking for. We're very vulnerable to the elements, our bodies, intentionally. Look, this is jacked. It's like a machine. This is from the old world. And again, you can clearly tell things from the old world that were left over, that we did not build. We inherited them. You'll pick up a sense, a style. Everything's outlandishly creative and decked out. Everything. I mean, look at this. Columns. I mean, this is incredible ceilings. Again, look how small the people are down here. Look how big the organs are. And there's organs in buildings all over the world. I guess you could go in there and listen to the frequencies of these things. And maybe they could heal your bodies. Get like a recharge. Look at the incredible detail. Perhaps some of these old world beings had wings. Like those monkeys. Humanoids had wings and tails. Again, when you look down, it was like eye candy. This is a star fort. Perhaps it was putting out frequencies, because when we take frequencies, you can create shapes, and the higher and more complicated the higher the frequencies, the more complicated the shapes you could make. And the lower the frequency, the less complicated the shapes you could make. So frequency made shapes, and conversely, I see it that shapes also put out different frequencies. These shapes put out frequencies as well as frequencies creating shapes. These shapes probably were putting out a positive frequency. Looking down, this is very damaged, but you can see how this at one point was glorious and beautiful to look down on and look at. It was amazing. It obviously looks pretty damaged, but look at how glorious it looked. And again, intact, free energy right there. The color of lightning, electricity, violet, redshift, blue shift. Arches, domes, towers to the domes. Oh my, look at the color. Can you say eye candy? It looks like eye candy to me, right? I'm putting off a positive vibration right now just from looking at that thing. And again, look at this. Again, more of a machine than any type of, I mean, this right here is glorious. Look at the arches, look at the domes, look at the arch domes, and look at the towers. And then notice that you can't house anybody in that. Nobody can use office space in that. It's worthless. It's just there. It's like a monument. It's a huge building, but there's no office space there. It's like it's built for the grid, the machine, the circuit board, motherboard, Earth, instead of Mother Earth. Maybe it's motherboard Earth. Again, look at the glory here. Look at the arch, buildings connected. Incredible. again, but you could put people in this one. And again, look at the glory. Look at the absolute incredible domes and arched columns and towers to the domes. Look at the glory. Look at the detail. Look at the creativity here. This is a whole nother world, a whole nother mindset. It goes on and on. I mean, it goes on and on. This right here is jacked. These look like transformers. These literally look like transformers at electrical power grid. And look at the size of this thing. It is enormous. And look at these towers on the left. They're jacked. And again, oh, look at this female Tartar and male Tartar. Tartar, femme Tartar. They look ferocious. They're going to get you. And again, look. 1800s. Look at all the lights everywhere. They told you there was no electricity, remember? At this time. Remember? Again, when you explore and study your own reality, you catch and understand what is real and what is not real. You catch them in all the lies. You catch them. Look at how many lights are on here. It's insane. Look at this place. It's glorious. Look at the towers to the domes. Lighting. Incredible. Mind-blowing. Glorious. Look at this. Every detail of this place has some type of beautiful artwork on it or something, man. You got columns, arches. I mean, it's glorious. It's incredible. It's out over the top. It's outlandish. Again, a bird head with the wings and like a dog body or lion body. And again, what looks like heat damaged transformers buried in hot liquid lava building, melted liquid red brick building. And look at the interior, clearly built by the old world and inherited by us. We didn't build any of this at all. Not even close. You'll never see a new building built like this, ever. It doesn't exist anymore. It just doesn't exist. We're in a different capitalistic dog-eat-dog world. If there's no profit, again, this is the height. Look at the windows, how big they are. Look how short they are. They come up halfway of the door. The real height of the being that this was built for looked pretty big, right, taller. And again, look at the glory here, the arches. Look at the towers, the domes, the upside down ice cream cones. Incredible. Brick, all red brick. Everything red brick. Look at that. Domes, arches. Look at these depictions on the wall that they had. Arches. Look at the interior. Just completely decked out. Just glorious. Very creative. Look at the woodwork here. I mean, everything is beautiful. And again, look at this. Look at this depiction on top of buildings. Buildings to buildings everywhere. What does that remind you of? The Fifth Element. But this, they'll tell you that this was a depiction of the future and this and that, but this was really a depiction of the old world. Again, the Great Wall of China is not a Great Wall, and it's not China. It's from the old world to Tarians, and it's not a wall, it's buildings. It's the top of buildings, and it's not a wall, it's buildings. And the walkway is this right here on top of buildings. This is exactly what they think is the Great Wall of China, but all these buildings got melted all the way up on both sides. And it's just like a wall now. It's like this. That's what they think. That's all inherited from the old world. It's all melted buildings. Look at the dome here. Look at the interior. This is all from the old world. Look at all the statues. Again, more evidence that it's a highly advanced civilization. Besides the architecture and everything, looks like a laptop. Look how they do the concrete molds. Looks like a laptop. Look at the incredible detail in the concrete molds here. Look at the detail in the wood here. Look at the style. It's outlandish. I love it. It's decked out to the max. Look at the wood, the dome, the squares, all emphasizing resonances, frequencies of the ether. It's all about the frequency, it looks like, to me, back then. Like Tesla says, everything is frequency, vibration, and energy. Look at these organs. Wow. It's a lot of statues. Look at that. All identical concrete molds. This building is a machine. It is jacked. Arches, towers, domes. Just incredible. This is all from the old world. Look, domes, columns. Organ over here, another organ over there. I mean, what is this place? It's all inherited from the old world. Look at the size of these ceilings. It's amazing. Look at the detail in this. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's shiny. Oh my, uh-oh. Alright, I'm sorry, I can't help it. But when I see the wood here shine like this, I can't help it. I love how that is shining like that. Look at the detail. Look at the wood. Look at the crown here. This is amazing. Detailed, creative artwork here. Everything is amazing here. It's glorious. You have a huge high ceiling and then this stairway to go to the second floor. The columns, I can't hardly take it. I mean, look how big this place is. Look how small they are down here. These have been here for hundreds or thousands of years, but they'll tell you hundreds and even thousands in some cases. How did they have the technology and the resources and everything to build this back then, according to their narrative, okay? I told you my narrative is it was a highly advanced civilization, wiped out, so they could do anything. They had the cheat codes, if you will. They understood how it worked compared to us, if you will. Again, towers to the domes, and then another beautiful building behind it. Red brick. It's very damaged. And look at the arches here. Look at the detail. But also look at the orange and black scorch marks and damage. Look at the detail in this stair. I love how it goes up both sides and then up there and the wood here. And just look at the detail and creativity. Look at the size of that door. Look at the interior here. It's just beautiful and glorious. Like the way they do that with the wood. I mean, look at what they do with the wood. I mean, I was impressed with the concrete molds, and then I don't know how they're doing this with the wood. I mean, this is incredible. Whoops, I went the wrong way. I had to see the wood again. Let's see the arch columns here. Just glorious. Oh my, here we go. Towers, domes, and the color, and the depiction here, the eye candy. The color, the eye candy, the frequency. I mean, I'm telling you, this is what it looked like in the old world before the X Factor event. It was like this a lot. Look at the glory here. Very glorious. Look at the damage here, but still glorious. Glorious, detailed, very detailed. Again, look at the bridge. They made a bridge across building to building. Look at the columns, heat damaged. Everything's heat damaged. Arches. Oh, here we go. I love this. Because, I mean, look at how tall they are, and then look at that door. Again, it looks like a machine. Because that's what it was. Part of the grid. Damaged, left over from the old world, but the heat X Factor took its toll on this building and this building. It got X Factored by the X Factor event. Like I said, one of my theories is there were two suns. One got too close to the dome or something and discharged to the grid, melted everything. Look at the glory here. And wiped out a lot of beings. Look at the clothing that they used to wear. Look at the collar. I mean, it makes us look like, it makes us look primitive. They're not the primitive ones. We are. We went backwards. We got inverted. We went in reverse. Look at the detail here. You don't find this anywhere, ever. Nobody does this, ever, anymore, at all. Look at the heat damage here on the left. Look at the concrete, scorched, melted. But this was inherited from the old world. Look at the size of this thing. It looks like a machine. Look at the towers and the domes, and look at the black scorch marks on the roof, of course. Arches, oh my goodness, look at that. Ugh, I love that crown. Are you kidding me? Gimme. And again, look at this. Just the ridiculousness of, look at this walkway here in the arch. Nobody can live. Look, you know how many bricks and time it takes to build all that? Nobody can even live there. No office space. It's built for just glory as a machine, part of the grid. You see the domes, columns, arches, everything. And it's buried. It's flooded by liquid hot. At the X Factor, during the X Factor, that was hot like lava. Look at the detail here, but look at the melting. Ah, I love that. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. I mean, look at this. Look at the roof. It is decked out, but look at all the black scorch marks. Look at all the black scorch marks. But look how they did the roofs with the colors like that. Again, it's like eye candy. Oh, come on. It looks like a machine. I mean, look at the detail. It's over the top. Look at the detail in these, in every one of these concrete molds. Whoa. Ooh, look at the red brick. Look at the towers and domes. Just glorious. Oh, come on. I'm sorry, I get excited. I can't help it, okay? It just makes you wish you were living in the old world when at its, glory point. Just look at the size of the doors and the ceilings and the glory. It's just, I love this. I love that. And again, look at the columns and arches and statues, and nobody can live in that. It's just a machine. I mean, it's enormous. That is a huge undertaking to build, but yet it serves no function except for probably a grid. Look at the tile, how they do the detail with the tile on the floors a lot. If they don't do wood, they'll do this tile. You'll see that. This is glorious. Look at the glory here. Look at this. Columns, arches, the detail, the upgraded concrete molds, the damage, the scorch marks. A highly advanced civilization lived here for thousands of years and was wiped out by an X Factor event. And it's hidden in plain sight. Somebody had to come along and say, hey, these mountains are buildings. Look at the glory. This is just mind-boggling. This is mind-boggling glory. Mind-boggling glory. And again, look at the heat damage. Look what it did to the concrete. Look at this. Look at this statue of concrete mold. It's mind-boggling. Look at the glory here and the detail everywhere you look. But again, it looks like a grid. In the center here is towers. Look at the stained glass, the color. Look at the somatic shape here. Possibly emphasizing the type of frequency that they put out in the organs in there. If this even has organs in this one, I don't know. Again, look at the glory here. Look at the columns, the domes. And it's absolutely decked out. I mean, look at that. This is, a statue. A concrete mold, most likely. Some type of mold. Look at the arches. It's just glorious. It's another mindset. I mean, this is from the old world. Again, there were beings that, had different animal heads on human bodies, and then human heads on animal bodies. I mean, it was just a vessel. Look at the arches and the domes and the size of the ceilings and the glory. Look at the detail here. It's literally mind-boggling. And again, more signs of advanced civilization. Is she playing music here? Is she on a iPad, laptop, cell phone? Is that a cell phone? Look at the detail. Look at this building here. Look how small the people are. What function does it serve other than glory and a machine on a grid? Look at the melting from the bottom here. This is inherited. This is all inherited from the old world, the Tartarian Empire. It was the same everywhere, all over the world. There was no disconnect anywhere at all. There was no discovering this over there and that. It was established for thousands of years. Look at the glory here. A highly advanced civilization did this. Not a bunch of cavemen. Cavemen did not do this. Or this. Or that. Or that. That is glorious. Look at the woodwork. I mean, that is it's eye candy. It's just constant eye candy. Everywhere you look, eye candy. Of course it got damaged. Eye candy. I mean, that is eye candy. Eye candy. Tell me that ain't eye candy. I mean, look at the stained glass here. Every inch of this place is eye candy. Eye candy. Eye candy. Eye candy. Look at this. Dude. Looks like a dress. And again, the grid got hot and the ground got loose and it melted. And then again, like I said, something cooled it off very fast and it hardened again because it is concrete and it stayed up. And this is not the only building, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that did this. There are many buildings that did this, as you will see soon. I will show you. Eye candy. Eye candy. Look at the woodwork. Incredible. And again, here's another building leaning over, and it hardened again, and it's still standing because it's concrete. Look at the tile work there. I mean, looks like somebody painted on the tile. I don't know. Look at this eye candy here, the stained glass. Nobody builds like that anymore. Look at the wood. Nobody does this. This is all inherited. This is all from the old world. Look at that stairway. Oh my goodness. Look at the arches. Look at the stairway, how it just melts down like that. I love that. That is very, very stylish. Oh, eye candy. It's just decked out everywhere. Eye candy decked out. Just completely decked out. Eye candy. A depiction. And, again, this is probably what it looked like everywhere, all over the world. Like that. From the old world here. Look at that. On the left, new world. On the right, old world. It's superior looking. It's highly advanced. Makes us look like cavemen. Look how decked out that is. That is just glorious. Eye candy. Glorious. Look at that organ. Glorious. Wow, that's glorious. Jacked. Look at that. Look at this. It looks like wrinkles in this. And look at the slide here. You could walk up the stairs here. You want to come down fast? Come down that smooth, shiny wood. Slide. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. Look at the woodwork. It's mind-boggling. Look at this organ here. Now look how that could put out some frequencies. Look at that weird arch shape. Wow. I wonder what's going on with that. That's definitely going to influence some vibrations from the organ. And so that, okay, that's just glorious. Eye candy. Eye candy. Look at the detail. Look at the arches here, red brick. Towers to the dome. Towers. And this depiction is just mind-boggling. It looks so real. And again, this is what the old world looked like everywhere. You got a statue here. You got a dome. You got a building. You have a bridge going to this building. You have a bridge going to that building and a bridge going to that building. You got towers. You got 4 towers around a dome. They're all domed. They're all arched. They're all columns. You have platforms here, underneath, but yet opened to see out. Platform here. Another bridge here. Another bridge here. Looks like The Fifth Element, doesn't it? The movie The Fifth Element. And that's how they depict the futuristic world, which is really like the old world, which was a highly advanced civilization, which would be more of a future for us, hopefully one day. Look at the glory here, but yet look at the damage. The burned scorch marks.